What's going on, everyone? Henry Kaminski here, the brand doctor, with another video for you. Today, I'm going to be talking about how to get more productivity out of your team members. Stay tuned. Hey, what's going on, guys? Henry Kaminski here with another brand doctor video for you. Today, we have a really cool topic of discussion. It's how to get the most out of your team members to help you progress your mission and vision for your business. Before we get into it, guys, don't forget to hit subscribe and hit that little bell button to make sure that you get notified every time I come out with a new video. Now, let's get into this topic of conversation. I recently got a question from one of my Instagram followers along the lines of, I'm really happy with my team. I have a 4-person team here. We're working virtually. They put out some great work, but when things get tough, when time constraints start to become a little stressful, things start to crack and crumble. And at the end of the day, the client is upset because they're not getting what they were promised. So one thing is this. I've gone through that 1,000 times. I've been in business for 13 years. I've had my team for the past 5. Okay. And I will tell you, prior to that, I was the one-man band doing everything. So when clients were looking for their work at deadline day and I didn't have it done, I know what that feels like. And it sucks. It sucks because at the end of the day, you want to deliver on your promise. If you're a good human being, you want to do right by the client. You want to let them leave happy. But the problem is you got stuck doing everything inside of your business and something fell through the crack, right? So how do we prevent that? Well, one is you build a team out and you start delegating tasks. And that's a topic for another video. But let's talk about getting the best productivity out of your team members. Okay. One of the things that I want to share with you that I don't see a lot of entrepreneurs doing, unfortunately, in my space at least, because when I walk into somebody's business or I start working for somebody for the first time or with somebody for the first time, I'm paying attention to everything. I'm paying attention specifically how they treat their staff. Because how they treat their staff is how they're going to treat you. You are no different than them, okay? So paying close attention to that, right, you're going to pick up on some things. So if they're condescending, if they're treating their team members like garbage, right, if they're nasty to them, if they call them names, right, you can pick up that vibe really, really quick, right? And chances are the reason why things are falling to the wayside and things aren't getting done with the level of quality that you expect is because maybe you're just not treating them like human beings. I mean, it's very, very simple. Here's what happens. You get stressed out because you have stress coming in from all different directions. You have clients breathing down your back. You might have an upset wife or husband. Your kids may be yanking at your ankles. Your parents said something or did something that has the family in a debacle. There's 1,000 things that could be happening in your life right now, right? And the last thing you need is one of your team members not coming through for you, right? So the easy way to handle the situation is to just lash out on them and treat them like absolute garbage. The problem with that is every time you do that, you leave a little bruise. And those bruises eventually become wounds that don't heal. And next thing you know, they either leave or there's a huge blowout. And after that, nothing's the same. Okay. So here's what I want you to pay attention to. One is treat them like human beings. Treat them as if they were a loved family member. And keep that in mind when you're communicating with them, because how you communicate with them is going to reflect that thought process. Okay. So treat them like family, and I can promise you, you're going to get a better output. Okay. The other thing that I want you to pay attention to is before you even hire these people, ask yourself and ask them, do they align with my values? Do they align with my values? So in my company, there's a couple of things that are very, very important to me. One, above all, is communication. If you cannot communicate with me or the entire team, you're not going to be a good fit here, right? Because if we have a breach in communication, everything else falls to the wayside. Okay. If you can't simply communicate that you need an extra day or two for a project to be complete, then that's going to be a huge problem. If you don't necessarily know how to do something and you can't communicate that, that's going to be a huge problem. So if I ask all of my new hires, on a scale from 1 to 10, what is communication? 10 being the most important, 1 being not so much. Where does communication lie on that scale? And if I get 2s and 3s and 5s, they're not a strong candidate. They're not. So, but if I get 9s and 10s, okay, now we're on the same wavelength. They're probably going to do pretty well here because they're open communicators. Okay. So that is one other way that I think is really going to help you hire the right team members and communicate with the right team members going forward. So when a team member isn't producing, how do you handle that situation? Do you attack them? Do you make an example out of them in front of a Zoom call full of team members? No, I wouldn't. Okay. You pull them aside and you ask them a simple question. Is there something I can help you with? Is there something I can help you with? And they're probably going to look at you like, what do you mean? I'm going to say, well, I realized a few things over the past couple of days, past couple of weeks, maybe the past month that I want to bring to your attention. You used to submit projects ahead of schedule. And when you submitted them, there was nothing wrong with them. And over the past week or month or however long, I've noticed a little decrease in the quality of work. And I want to know if there's something that I can help you with in order to get that level of quality back up to when it was awesome. When you present yourself that way, you're going to get a completely different reaction, right? Your team member is going to look at you and say, whoa, this person really cares. And that's going to reflect in their work. Okay. There's been times, I'm human too, guys. And I was considered a hothead back in the day, before I coached myself and learned the soft skills that I needed to learn, especially in a team environment. And one of the things is how you treat people is the way they're going to treat you, right? And if you're coming at them with all of this aggression, either they're going to retreat and hide, or they're going to give it back to you 10 times stronger. And it's just not a great working environment. So you want to pay attention to how you communicate with them, and you want to be empathetic to their needs. You want to give them everything that they need that's going to help them. For example, my team members will tell you, we do a lot of logo presentations. So we need mock-ups of different types of demonstration. So if we're working with a tech startup company, we need some mock-up ideas like cell phones and Mac laptops and things like that to like put the logo on so they can actually see the logo in action, right? So one of my team members said, if we had one of these mock-up bundles that are being sold out there for a couple $100, we would be able to get these mock-up designs done in half the time, because we just have to go to the library, pick out the mock-up we need, do what we need to do, and boom, you got it in half the time. Could you consider buying that for us? Absolutely. Absolutely. So I looked it up. It was like $200. It was the best $200 I ever made, because now my clients are getting their work done faster. It's simple communication. Okay. So when you feel yourself tensing up, when you feel yourself getting hot, and you're about to jump on a call with a team member, my recommendation is you either postpone that meeting or do the 5-second rule and count to 10 or count to 5, big deep breaths before you say a word, because you can't take it back once it comes out of your mouth. And you want that relationship. You want to invest in your team. You don't want to think of them as disposable. Okay. I'll give you another quick example. I had a client I had a team member for 5 years. 5 years. Phenomenal work. Right. The past year has been pretty difficult. So I had 3 different conversations with them. Same conversation that I'm having with you today. Can I help you with anything? Is there anything wrong? Is there anything that I could do better? I put the responsibility on myself. And, they came back to me, no. We had a couple hires gone bad. So we're trying to get somebody else up. So we're in the hiring process. Okay, that's fine. I get that. Then situation number 2 happened. Then situation number 3 happened. And I said, I can't do it anymore. I cannot assign work to you and not know if it's going to be done on time. Our clients pay a premium to get quality work done at the time that we tell them it's going to be done. And I cannot have my reputation be tarnished because the work isn't getting done on time. So unfortunately, I won't use his name, we're not going to be able to do work together anymore. And that's it. Thank you for all that you've done. I think you are going to do amazing work in the future for your clients. I could guarantee it. But we've had this conversation 3 times over the past year, and I just cannot take that risk anymore. And that's it. Some people have a hard time, having this conversation. But if you're keeping a log of specific situations and you have that, there's your case. And it's no bad blood. It's no hard feelings. Like, it's business. And you have to do what's right for your clients. The bottom line. Because if you don't have any clients, or you don't have happy clients, you don't have a business. Right? So I just hope you get the full picture of what I'm trying to tell you today, because this is going to help you tremendously get great productivity out of your team members. Treat them like family. Take responsibility for things that maybe gone bad. Ask yourself, how could I have made that situation better? Provide them with things that they need or want to help them do a better job. And be there for them. Be there for them. Let them know that you have their back 1,000% of the time, and they will do tremendous work for you. This doesn't happen overnight. But I will tell you this, when you invest in your team, you're investing in your business. So where do you want to take the business? And just know that your team is a offshoot of you, is an extension of you. How do you want to be represented? Right? So make sure that you have aligned values with these team members, that they see the world similar through a similar lens, and you're going to pick the right candidates, and you're going to get better work output, and your clients are going to be super, super happy. So if you have any questions about this, drop it in the comments. That's what I'm here for. Okay. And I can talk about this topic for hours. I got my master's degree, you'll see right here, in business management. And it was a great program because it really gave me the skill set I needed to build a strong team and to work with people. Because if you can't work with people, chances are you're not going to be an effective entrepreneur. You're not, because business is a team sport. You can't do it alone. Okay. So hope you got some value out of this, guys. Have an amazing day, and I'll catch you on the next one real soon. Take care.